Welcome back to the cockpit. Our time in Greenland is done. We are going to get on our way. So let's get the aircraft up and going. Get the adheres spinning around. There we go. We'll get all our panels turned up. So this is leg 4 of our trip across the Atlantic. And to be honest, this is my 3rd attempt at this. I had the weather set to a more, what would be normal, kind of snowy thing, and the runways were covered with snow. And I think because this is a custom-made airport, I think they were a little slippery, and every other time the aircraft drifted off to the shoulder, and I ended up damaging the landing gear, and it aborted the flight. So I'm not sure what's going to happen this time, but I have taking away the snow. Anyway, let's get everyone on board. Shouldn't take long. Again, it's just our engineers and salespeople and representatives and trainee flight crew that's coming with us today. So we'll go down and set everything up. Here's our route. BGW or BW to CYYR. CYYR is Goose Bay. Traditional to jump off point for crossing the Atlantic or flying into on the way back in the 50s and 60s. Our flight number is FLATL04. We have no alternate today. 25 on the cost index, 3,000 on the altitude. Flaps 1 takeoff. And a pretty basic flight plan. We're going to take off
on behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our
this
flight.
way.
As you find your seat,
Climb out over these hills, turn southwest, and basically fly to Canada.
If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please leave exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be receiving. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once you depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard. We're ready to go when you are.
So that's everybody on board. We're just waiting on adheres now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 04 with service to Canada. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 57 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
So 7 minutes to go till the adheres are ready. I'm going to get the APU up and running, and we'll see you back here when we are ready to go for pushback. All right, we're ready to go, so let's get everything fired up. APU is on. APU bleed is now on. External power is off. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine switch to start. Fuel pumps are on. We'll call the where is he? There he is. Call George over with his tow. Get him to push us back. There we go. And as soon as it gives us the nudge, we will get started firing up our engines. There we go. And starting engine number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle.
We'll stop just past the taxiway.
As you may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, put your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned
looks
off
like we have a good start.
Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened in seat backs and
Engine is
safety bolts in
stable.
a full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. We suggest reading this and letting a cabin member know if you have any questions.
Probes,
Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope
altimeters, standby instruments, radios, avionics, autopilot is set, flight director is on, auto brake is on, flaps are set for takeoff, elevator trim 1 up, flight controls are good. And taxi light comes on, beacon's on, and we can taxi out. Landing lights will come on, including the strobes. All spoilers are armed. Check, and we'll get the crew seated.
Camera crew seats for takeoff, please.
We'll go to 10. We'll go on with that. On and on. I'm going to go to train mode here. And that should have us pretty well set. So Manually strobe lights, de-ice not required, transponders on. Everything else is set. Lights are all on. We should be good. We're gonna go to maximum takeoff, toga. Hopefully we get off the ground this time. This would be a great time to have independent engine controls. And there we go. So everything is set, we're all good. Clock goes on. Engine spooling 40%. Nose down. Here we go. V1 and rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Thrust levers to climb. Autopilot is on. Nosing down for acceleration, and we're away. .180 knots. Spoiler is going in. At 250, and we'll begin our climb. Terrain will not be a factor. Should be holding about 250 knots in the climb. Why we've decided not to climb, I don't know. So let's go here, and we will start climbing up. There we go. Nice 3,000-foot climb. Again, train's not an issue. Well, it was an interesting visit here to Greenland, flying in and out. And we're only 2 hours to Goose Bay. So it should be a pretty straightforward flight. Weather is predicted to be like this the entire way. Alright, so we'll come back to 2000. Speed should start to pick up as we pass through 10,000 feet. It's on, beacons on, strobes are on. You guys are free to move around the back.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the left point.
Alright, everything's looking good. We are in our cruise, or climb to cruise. We will catch up with you when we get into our approach for Goose Bay. Alright, we're descending through 10,000
final
feet.
descent into Canada. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat button.
So we're going to start our approach. We're slowing down to 210. Approach mode is now active. Information's already plotted in. You can see we're going to come down this way, curve around, and then intercept for the ILS. So our landing lights are on, taxi lights are on, ground spoilers are currently in use. Auto brake is set for low. It's a fairly long runway. Again, this used to be a military establishment, so it's a fair size. Terrain radar is on, and we'll leave weather on the other side. Bring the speed back. Right down to 3,000 feet, and the ILS intercept is 2,800, so should be pretty good. Airport somewhere over there. I think that's it right there. There we go. We're starting on our turns here. We're gonna follow the arc around. It's been a good flight. Weather's been fine. You see the desolate, barren northern landscape of Canada. Being November, this would probably be under a couple feet of snow by now. Decrease this to 1,500. Hopefully that'll help us slow down a little bit more. We want to get our speed down to 210. We're just going to go point to point as we come along here. As soon as we start to pull out, we will bring the speed brakes up and arm them, or those ground spoilers. There we go. And our speed's going to start coming down. So you can go forward, and we will arm you. We're starting to level out. So we're under 230.
2,500.
So we'll do our first check. First notch of flaps going in.
2,500.
Speed back to 180. That's a bright low sun there. It's 200, we'll go flaps 2. And our recommended approach speed is 130 today. I'll get the cabin crew seated as soon as they can. Again, some terrain bugs. You can see one there, and I'm sure there's a few others, but overall not too bad, and it'll get fixed as time goes by. So put the landing system on. Holding at 3,000 feet, everything is good. See, we're going to come up, and then I'll probably take over and send us out a little bit further, and then come back around. Oops. just to bring us onto a nicer angle of intercept. I'll probably slow down to about 165 for the intercept as well. Signs back on. We're gonna head out probably straight at this point. And then we'll make a turn and then an intercept. But before we turn, we will slow down. There's the airport. It's actually in a place known as Happy Valley. Some more terrain glitches. We're doing all right. Yeah, so I'm gonna want to come in probably on an angle like this, pick up that one, and then come in. So we'll keep going for a bit more, then we'll turn up this way and then do a final turn to point towards that. May turn into more of a circular, but that's fine. Just keeping an eye on the terrain. But we seem to be in a low spot here, so it's not bad. A little bit stutter there. Alright, we're gonna go to 220. I'll bring the speed down to 160. Flaps 3. So we're gear up and flaps are not full. Ground spoilers are armed. Everything else is set.
2,500.
Probably turn just as we hit this hill. We'll go that way and then we'll come in on that type of angle. That's this hill here. Some higher terrain coming up. But we're not going that far. So let's go to 18. Keep that up, 180.
2,500.
That's good. All right, let's make the final turn. Back to 130. Last notch of flaps. Gear down. And approach mode is armed. I'll let the aircraft take it from here. And we're coming in on it now. I don't know why she rocks like that. She should have just maintained her course and then could have intercepted. 110.3 is confirmed. Obviously, we are on it and tracking. And that's the localizer is captured.
Camera crew, please take your seatbelt.
All right. So we are going to depart the runway to the right. And it looks like it's just stands, not necessarily any gates here. A little bit of a tailwind. That's fine. We're dragging it in a bit, but it's okay. Just want to make sure we're stable as we come in. You'll notice there's no DME, distance measuring equipment, so we're not getting a distance readout. And there's the glide slope. Now we just follow her down. It's 2,000 feet. Yeah, there's a warning on the approach plate that says between taxiway B and C, which we're probably going to see or go by. There's usually snowbanked up there. I guess that's where they dump the snow between November and May. So, like I said, this place would probably be packed in snow right now. A couple feet anyway. Well, at least we got a nice day to come in and land here. We'll do real world weather when we leave, or live weather when we leave, and we'll see how it is. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the PACX add-on. It saves me doing some post effects. You can see your shadow coming in there, of adding stuff in afterwards, and it's nice to have accurate time stuff. And so with a lot of the airports, they actually know what they are, so they announce them. All right. Clear the trees there. Landing. Down. Knots. Reversers are off. Auto brakes are off. I'm just going to roll up to taxiway B and we will exit there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Canada. The local time is 12:30 p.m. and it's currently about 15 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
I don't know why it seems to want to. Now it'll go normally. It's something to do with the auto brakes not properly disengaging. But we're heading over this way. All right, let's get around the corner here. So parking brake is set. Spoilers are retracted. Flaps are normal. Engine mode is normal. Landing lights off. Strobe lights off. Anti-ice is fine. Oop, leave nav on. APU will come up. Brake temps are good. Transponder to standby. PWS and radar will come off. And elevator trim will go back to 1 up. Flap is open, so we'll hit the start button. Get the APU up and running. we'll taxi down to where we are headed, which, as I mentioned, is over there. Come on. There we go. Just have to get a little momentum going. There's an airliner. I guess we want to go this way. I'll go park beside this guy over here. Not sure who he is. A330 though. Looks like we got a crew waiting for us here. It's a beautiful day here in northern Canada. And that will do us just fine. So parking brakes are set, thrust levers are to idle, ground contact is made, we have ground power. Engine masters 1 and 2 will come off. Parking brake is confirmed. Beacon light will come off. APU will go off. Exterior lights will leave the nav lights on. Anti-ice will come off. Passenger signs are off. We don't need the APUs or the beacons. Pumps will all come off. Cam panel is clear and everything else is good, and everybody's leaving the aircraft. Well, thank you very much for flying with us over to Canada. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.